1. Vilnius Oldtown. Nestled in the heart of Lithuania, Vilnius Oldtown is a living canvas where history, art, and culture intertwine in a mesmerizing tapestry of architectural splendor. As you step into this UNESCO World Heritage Site, you're transported through centuries of Baltic heritage, from the medieval to the modern. The cobbled streets, winding alleys, and intricate courtyards hold stories of dukes, artists, revolutionaries, and dreamers. Dominating the skyline is the pristine white Vilnius Cathedral, with its classical facade and the grand bell tower standing as sentinels of the city's spiritual legacy. Nearby, the Gediminas Tower, perched atop a hill, offers panoramic views that unfurl like a map beneath your feet, revealing the red-tiled rooftops, the flowing Neris River, and the distant green hills. But Vilnius is more than its monuments. It's a feeling. The scent of fresh-baked rye bread wafting from a traditional bakery, the strains of a violinist echoing in a quiet square, the laughter spilling from cozy cafes tucked away in hidden courtyards. Walk down Pili Street, the main artery of the old town, and you'll encounter artisans selling amber jewelry, painters capturing the golden light of Vilnius on their canvases, and students debating philosophy in front of the 16th century Vilnius University, one of the oldest in Eastern Europe. The energy shifts as you cross into Upės, the self-declared Republic of Upės, where bohemian murals cover the walls, quirky sculptures line the riverside, and a plaque of the Upės Constitution invites reflection on life's deeper questions. Vilnius Oldtown is a mosaic of cultures, Lithuanian, Polish, Jewish, Russian, Belarusian, all woven into its identity, from the haunting beauty of the Gates of Dawn, where pilgrims gather to pray, to the hushed reverence of the Church of St. and with its intricate Gothic spires, to the echoes of jazz in a dimly lit bar. Vilnius invites you to slow down, to listen, to wander. It's a place where the past whispers and the present sings, and where every corner holds a new discovery. 2. Trakai Island Castle. Imagine gliding across a mirror-like lake, the air crisp and still, as a majestic medieval fortress slowly comes into view, a vision rising from the water like a storybook illustration come to life. This is Trakai Island Castle, a jewel of Lithuania's heritage. Set amidst the tranquil waters of Lake Gulf, built in the 14th century by Grand Duke Kęstutis, the castle stands on an island that seems to float, its ochre red bricks contrasting beautifully with the surrounding blue of the lake and the lush greens of the forests. Approaching the castle across the wooden footbridge, you're struck by its fairy-tale-like quality. Tall towers, crenellated walls, and arched gateways evoke a time when knights roamed these halls, and battles were waged for the defense of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. Inside, the castle is a treasure trove of artifacts, medieval weapons, suits of armor, intricate tapestries, and documents that tell the story of Lithuania's rise as a formidable power in medieval Europe. The Great Hall, with its high ceilings and grand windows, whispers of royal banquets and diplomatic gatherings. But Trokai is not just a monument. It's a place alive with culture and tradition. The nearby town of Trakai is home to the Karm community, a Turkic-speaking ethnic group brought to Lithuania in the 14th century. Their distinctive wooden houses, often painted in shades of green and blue, line the streets, and their unique cuisine, especially the delicious kaibaini, savory pastries, is a must-try. As the sun sets, casting golden reflections on the lake, you might hear the gentle splash of oars, the laughter of families picnicking along the shores, and the distant strains of music from a festival or concert held in the castle courtyard. Trakai is a place where history, nature, and culture blend seamlessly, a living postcard of Lithuania's soul. 3. Hill of Crosses. Rising from the rolling fields near Siali, the Hill of Crosses is not just a place, it's a profound testament to the resilience, faith, and identity of the Lithuanian people. At first glance, it appears almost surreal, a small hill blanketed in an endless forest of crosses, each one unique, each carrying a prayer, a hope, or a memory. As you ascend the gentle slope, the air thickens with a sense of reverence, the clinking of metal crosses against the wind forming a kind of haunting, sacred music. The history of the hill is entwined with Lithuania's struggles for freedom. During the Soviet era, the site was bulldozed multiple times, yet each time, the crosses reappeared, placed quietly, under cover of darkness, by locals who risked their lives to preserve this symbol of resistance. Today, the hill holds over 100,000 crosses, from simple wooden stakes to elaborate carvings, from rosaries draped over branches to intricate metalwork adorned with saints and inscriptions. Wander through the labyrinth of crosses, and you'll find personal notes tucked among the beams, photographs of loved ones, and symbols of hope left by pilgrims from around the world. The atmosphere is deeply moving, quiet yet powerful, a place where you can feel the collective spirit of a nation that endured, that remembered, that believes. Standing atop the hill, you can gaze across the fields and reflect on the generations who came here, each adding their voice to a chorus of silent prayers. Whether you come as a believer, a historian, or a traveler, the Hill of Crosses is a place that leaves an indelible mark on your heart. 4. Curonian Spit National Park. Imagine standing atop a towering dune, the wind whipping through your hair as you gaze out over a surreal landscape, where golden sands meet the endless expanse of the Baltic Sea on one side, and the tranquil Curonian Lagoon on the other. This is the Curonian Spit, a narrow, 98-kilometer-long strip of land, shaped by the forces of wind and water over millennia, stretching from Lithuania into Russia's Kaliningrad region. It's a place of delicate balance, an ever-changing landscape where nature reigns supreme. Here, the sand dunes are alive, shifting and moving like waves on a sea of earth. The Great Dune Ridge, also known as the Dead Dunes, rises over 50 meters, offering breathtaking vistas where the horizon seems to melt into the sky. Below, dense pine forests whisper ancient secrets, while meadows burst with wildflowers in the summer months. The small fishing villages of Nida and Juodkrantė exude a quiet charm, their wooden cottages painted in blues and reds, their gardens brimming with fragrant herbs. In Nida, the Thomas Mann House preserves the legacy of the Nobel Prize-winning author, who once found solace here, while the iconic weather vanes on fishermen's boats spin in the sea breeze, each design a symbol of family heritage. Wildlife thrives in this fragile ecosystem. Deer roam the forests, rare birds nest in the dunes, and the air is filled with the cry of gulls and the rustle of reeds. The Curonian Spit is a place to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to marvel at the raw beauty of nature, a living reminder of the delicate dance between man and the elements. 5. Kaunas. Kaunas, Lithuania's second-largest city, is a vibrant blend of history, creativity, and youthful energy, a city that has reinvented itself time and again, emerging stronger and more dynamic with each transformation. Walking through Kaunas feels like peeling back layers of time. In the old town, cobbled streets lead to grand Gothic and Renaissance landmarks like the Kaunas Castle, a red brick fortress that once stood as a bulwark against the Teutonic Knights. Nearby, the town hall, nicknamed the White Swan for its graceful spire, watches over the main square, where cafes spill onto the cobblestones and the air hums with conversation. Kaunas is also a city of art. It was the European capital of culture in 2022, and its creative spirit pulses through places like the Devil's Museum, where an eccentric collection of devil-themed art tells tales of folklore and mischief, and the Miklagis Konstantinas Čiurlionis National Art Museum, where the visionary works of Lithuania's greatest artist and composer come to life. Street art flourishes here too. Vivid murals transform walls into stories, blending tradition with modernity in bold strokes of color. But perhaps Kaunas' most poignant symbol is the Ninth Fort, a chilling reminder of Lithuania's turbulent past. This fortress, once part of the city's defenses, became a site of tragedy during World War II, and today its museum stands as a powerful tribute to the victims of the Holocaust and Soviet repression. Yet Kaunas is not defined by its scars. It's a city of resilience, where rivers meet, where old and new coexist, and where the future is painted in bold, bright colors. 6. Klaipeda. Klaipeda, Lithuania's only seaport, is a gateway to the sea, a city where the salty tang of the Baltic breeze mingles with the scent of pine from nearby forests, and where maritime heritage runs deep in its veins. The city's charm lies in its blend of Germanic architecture, a legacy of its past as the Prussian town of Memel, and its vibrant cultural scene. In the heart of Klaipeda's old town, narrow streets are lined with half-timbered buildings, while the theater square, dominated by the statue of the Travosanite, hums with life, especially during festivals like the Sea Festival, when ships parade in the harbor and the city bursts into song and dance. Stroll along the Dane River Promenade, where yachts bob gently in the water, or take the ferry across to Smiltine, the gateway to the Curonian Spit. The old warehouses, now home to art galleries, cafes, and museums, speak of a city that has embraced its past while forging a dynamic present. Klaipeda's Maritime Museum and Aquarium, housed in a 19th-century fortress on the Spit, offers a glimpse into the marine world and Lithuania's seafaring history, while the city's beaches, with their fine sand and pine-scented breezes, invite you to relax and soak in the coastal vibe. Klaipeda is a place where you can feel the pulse of the sea, where every ship's horn echoes with a sense of adventure, and where the horizon stretches wide, promising new discoveries. 7. Druskininkai. Nestled in the pine forests of southern Lithuania, Druskininkai is a haven of wellness and tranquility, a spa town, where time seems to slow down, and every breath feels like a gift. For centuries, visitors have come to Druskininkai to bathe in its mineral-rich waters and breathe in its pristine air, seeking rejuvenation for body and soul. The town's elegant 19th-century villas, with their ornate wooden balconies and flower-filled gardens, evoke an air of quiet grandeur, while modern spa resorts offer treatments that blend ancient Baltic traditions with cutting-edge wellness practices. Druskininkai's beauty extends beyond its spas. Grutas Park, a unique open-air museum just outside town, offers a fascinating, if sobering, journey into Lithuania's Soviet past, where colossal statues of Lenin and Stalin stand among birch trees, and pathways wind through a landscape that feels both eerie and captivating. For nature lovers, the Nemunas River winds through the town, offering opportunities for boating and fishing, while the surrounding forests beckon with walking trails that lead to hidden lakes and clearings. In winter, the Snow Arena, one of Europe's largest indoor ski slopes, lets visitors ski year-round, adding an unexpected thrill to this serene setting. Druskininkai is a place where wellness is more than a trend, it's a way of life. It's where the scent of pine mingles with the soft notes of classical music drifting from a concert hall, where the gentle flow of mineral springs invites reflection, and where every visit feels like a step closer to harmony. 8. Aukstaitija National Park. Aukstaitija National Park is Lithuania's natural heartland, an unspoiled expanse of shimmering lakes, ancient forests, and rolling hills that feels like stepping into an untouched world. As you hike through this pristine landscape, you'll find yourself surrounded by towering pines and oaks, their branches whispering in the wind, and wildflowers that dot the meadows like nature's own embroidery. The park is a labyrinth of over 120 lakes, each reflecting the sky like a polished mirror, while the rivers and streams that crisscross the land are perfect for kayaking and fishing. But Aukstaitija isn't just nature, it's also a window into rural Lithuanian life. Small wooden villages like Palus, where the 18th century wooden church stands by the lake, seem frozen in time, their gardens bursting with herbs and vegetables, and smoke curling from chimneys as families bake bread in traditional ovens. Climb the Kaunas hill, a sacred place once used for pagan rituals, and you'll be rewarded with a breathtaking panorama of the surrounding lakes, forests, and villages, a view that whispers of ancient legends. This is a place where time slows down, where the only sounds are the rustle of leaves, the call of a distant cuckoo, and the gentle lapping of water against a boat. Aukstaitija is more than a park. It's a reminder of how deeply nature is woven into Lithuania's soul. 9. Rumsiskes Open Air Museum. Imagine stepping into a time machine and emerging in a Lithuanian village from centuries past. That's the magic of Rumsiskes Open Air Museum, one of the largest and most comprehensive ethnographic museums in Europe. Spread across 195 hectares of rolling countryside, this living museum preserves the heart of Lithuanian rural life. With over 150 authentic buildings, relocated from all corners of the country, thatched cottages, windmills, barns, granaries, and even a wooden church complete with its cemetery. As you wander the winding paths, you'll hear the creak of wagon wheels, smell the earthy scent of hay, and see artisans demonstrating traditional crafts, pottery, weaving, and blacksmithing, using tools and techniques that have been passed down for generations. Seasonal festivals bring the museum to life. In spring, the air fills with the sound of folk songs, and the scent of fresh bread baking. In winter, the St. Lucy's Day Fair glows with candlelight and the laughter of carolers. Rumsiskes is more than a museum, it's an immersive experience that connects you to the rhythms of a simpler time. It's a place where you can step inside a farmhouse and feel the warmth of a clay stove, walk through a village square and imagine the bustling markets of centuries past, and see how Lithuania's rich folk traditions have endured through the ages. 10. Pazaislis Monastery and Church. Tucked away in a tranquil corner of Kaunas, surrounded by forest and the gentle shores of the Kaunas Reservoir, lies the Pazaislis Monastery, a Baroque masterpiece and one of the most beautiful architectural gems in Lithuania. Built in the 17th century by the Kamaldalas monks, this complex is a harmonious blend of Italian elegance and Lithuanian soul, with its soft, pale stone facades adorned with intricate sculptures, and its domed church rising gracefully into the sky. Step inside, and you'll be enveloped by an atmosphere of serene grandeur, soaring frescoes depicting saints and angels, gilded altars shimmering in the candlelight, and the hauntingly beautiful echoes of choral music filling the vast space. The monastery grounds, too, are a place of reflection. Walk through the peaceful courtyards, where herbs and flowers bloom, or sit by the fountain and feel the centuries of contemplation that have seeped into the stones. Pazaislis is not just a place for prayer, it's also a vibrant cultural venue. Each summer, The Pazaislis Music Festival brings world-class musicians to perform in the Monastery's acoustically perfect halls, creating a magical fusion of art, architecture, and music. Whether you come for the history, the beauty, or the tranquility, Pazaislis offers a profound sense of connection to faith, to art, and to the timeless spirit of Lithuania.